مخلص الصالح قوتي وتسبحتي هو الرب وصار لي خلاصا مقدسا لك القوة والمجد والبركات والعزة إلى الأبد. آمين. Make us also blessing for Father, Mother, Song of David. Hear my Layla.
Little children, I shall be with you a little while longer. You will seek me, and as I said to the Jews, where I am going, you cannot come. So now I say to you, a new commandment I give to you, that you love one another as I have loved you, that you also love one another. By this, all will know that you are my disciples, if you have love for one another. Simon Peter said to him, Lord, where are you going? Jesus answered him, where I am going, you cannot follow me now, but you shall follow me afterward. Peter said to him, Lord, why can I not follow you now? I will lay down my life for your sake. Jesus answered him, will you lay down your life for my sake? Most assuredly I say to you, the rooster shall not crow till you have denied me 3 times. Let not your heart be troubled. You believe in God. I believe also in me. In my Father's house there are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you. And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you to myself, that where I am, there you may be also. And where I go you know, and the way you know. Thomas said to him, Lord, we do not know where you are going, and how can we know the way? Jesus said to him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. If you had known me, you would have known my Father also. And from now on you know him and have seen him. Philip said to him, Lord, show us the Father, and it is sufficient for us. Jesus said to him, Have I been with you so long, and yet you have not known me, Philip? He who has seen me has seen the Father. So how can you say, Show us the Father? Do you not believe that I am in the Father, and the Father in me? The words that I speak to you, I do not speak on my own authority, but the Father who dwells in me does the works. Believe me that I am in the Father, and the Father in me, or else believe me for the sake of the works themselves. Most assuredly I say to you, he who believes in me, the works that I do, he will do also. And greater works than these he will do, because I go to my Father. And whatever you ask in my name that I will do, the Father may be glorified in the Son. And you ask anything in my name, I will do it. If you love me, keep my commandments. And I will pray the Father, and he will give you another helper, that he may abide in you forever, the Spirit of truth, whom the world cannot receive, because it neither sees him nor knows him. But you know him, for he who dwells with you and will be in you. I will not leave you orphans, I will come to you. A little while longer, and the world will see me no more, but you will see me. Because I live, you will live also. At that day you will know that I am in my Father, and you in me, and I in you. He who has my commandments and keeps them, it is he who loves me. And he who loves me will be loved by my Father, and I will love him and manifest myself to him. Judas said to him, Lord, how is it that you will manifest yourself to us and not the world? Jesus answered and said to him, If anyone loves me, he will keep my word, and my Father will love him, and we will come to him and make our home with him. He who does not love me does not keep my words, and the word which you hear is not mine, but the Father's who sent me. These things I have spoken to you while being present with you. Glory be to God forever. Amen.
Glory be to God forever.
A chapter from the Holy Gospel according to St. John the Evangelist and pure disciple. May his blessings be with us all. Amen. But the Helper, the Holy Spirit, whom the Father will send in my name, he will teach you all things and bring to your remembrance all things that I said to you. Peace I leave with you, my peace I give to you. Not as the world gives do I give to you. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid. You have heard me say to you, I am going away and coming back to you. If you loved me, you would rejoice because I said, I am going to the Father, for my Father is greater than I. And now I have told you before it comes, that when it does come to pass, you may believe. I will no longer talk much with you, for the ruler of the world is coming, and he has nothing in me. But that the world may know that I love the Father, and as the Father gave me commandment, so I do. Arise, let us go from here. I am the true vine, and my Father is the vine dresser. Every branch in me that does not bear fruit he takes away, and every branch that bears fruit he prunes, that it may bear more fruit. You are already clean because of the word which I have spoken to you. Abide in me, and I in you. As the branch cannot bear fruit of itself unless it abides in the vine, neither can you unless you abide in me. I am the vine, you are the branches. He who abides in me and I in him bears much fruit, for without me you can do nothing. If anyone does not abide in me, he is cast out as a branch, and it is withered. And they gather them and throw them into the fire, and they are burned. If you abide in me and my words abide in you, you will ask what you desire, and it shall be done for you. By this my Father is glorified, that you bear much fruit, so you will be my disciples. As the Father loved me, I also have loved you. Abide in my love. If you keep my commandments, you will abide in my love, just as I have kept my Father's commandments and abide in his love. These things I have spoken to you, that my joy may remain in you, and that your joy may be full. This is my commandment, that you love one another as I have loved you. Greater love has no one than this, than to lay down one's life for his friends. You are my friends if you do whatever I command you. No longer do I call you servants, for a servant does not know what his master is doing, but I have called you friends, for all things that I heard from my Father I have made known to you. You did not choose me, but I chose you and appointed you, that you should go and bear fruit, and that your fruit should remain, that whatever you ask the Father in my name he may give you. These things I command you, that you love one another. If the world hates you, you know that it hated me before it hated you. If you were of the world would love its own. Yet because you are not of the world, but I chose you out of the world, therefore the world hates you. Remember the word that I said to you, a servant is not greater than his master. Me, they will also persecute you. If they kept my word, they will keep yours also. But all these things they will do to you for my name's sake, because they do not know him who sent me. If I had not come and spoken to them, they would have no sin, but now they have no excuse for their sin. He who hates me hates my Father also. If I had not done among them the works which no one else did, they would have no sin, but now they have seen and also hated both me and my Father. But this happened that the word might be fulfilled, which is written in their law. They hated me without a cause. Glory be to God forever. Amen.
Chapter from the Holy Gospel according to St. John, the evangelist and pure disciple. May his blessing to us all, amen. But when the Helper comes, whom I shall send to you from the Father, the Spirit of truth who proceeds from the Father, he will testify of me, and you also will bear witness, because you have been with me from the beginning. These things I have spoken to you, that you should not be made to stumble. They will put you out of the synagogues. Yes, the time is coming that whoever kills you will think that he offers God service. And these things they will do to you, because they have not known the Father nor me. But these things I have told you, that when it comes you may remember that I told you of them. And these things I did not say to you at the beginning, because I was with you. But now I go away to him who sent me. And none of you asks me, where are you going? But because I have said these things to you, sorrow has filled your heart. Nevertheless, I tell you the truth. It is to your advantage that I go away. For if I do not go away, the Helper will not come to you. But if I depart, I will send him to you. And when he has come, he will convict the world of sin, and of righteousness, and of judgment. Of sin, because they do not believe in me. Of righteousness, because I go to my Father, and you see me no more. Of judgment, because the ruler of the world is judged. I still have many things to say to you, but you cannot bear them now. However, when he, the Spirit of truth, has come, he will guide you into all truth. For he will not speak on his own authority, but whatever he hears he will speak, and he will tell you things to come. He will glorify me, for he will take of what is mine and declare it to you, and all things that the Father has are mine. Therefore I said that he will take of mine and declare it to you. A little while longer, and you will not see me, and again a little while, and you will see me, because I go to the Father. Then some of his disciples said among themselves, what is this that he says to us, a little while you will not see me, and again a little while you will see me, and because I go to the Father? They said therefore, what is this that he says, a little while? We do not know what he is saying. Now Jesus knew that they desired to ask him, and he said to them, are you inquiring among yourselves about what I said, a little while, and again a little while, and you will see me? Most assuredly I say to you that you will weep and lament, but the world will rejoice, and you will be sorrowful, but your sorrow will be turned into joy. A woman, when she is in labour, has sorrow because her hour has come, but as soon as she has given birth to the child, she no longer remembers the anguish for joy that a human being has been born into the world. Therefore you now have sorrow, but I will see you again, and your heart will rejoice, and your joy no one will take from you. And in that day you will ask me nothing. Most assuredly I say to you, whatever you ask the Father in my name, he will give you. Until now you have asked nothing in my name. Ask and you will receive, that your joy may be full. These things I have spoken to you in figurative language, but the time is coming when I will no longer speak to you in figurative language, but I will tell you plainly about the Father. In that day you will ask in my name, and I do not say to you that I shall pray the Father for you. For the Father himself loves you, because you have loved me, and have believed that I came forth from God. I came forth from the Father and have come into the world. Again I leave the world and go to the Father. His disciples said to him, See, now you are speaking plainly and using no figure of speech. Now we are sure that you know all things and have no need that anyone should question you. By this we believe that you came forth from God. Jesus answered them, Do you now believe? Indeed the hour is coming, yes, has now come, that you will be scattered, each to his own, and will leave me alone. And yet I am not alone, because my Father is with me. These things I have spoken to you, that in me you may have peace. In the world you will have tribulation, but be of good cheer. I have overcome the world.
Glory to God.
Chapter from the Holy Gospel according to St John the Evangelist, and through the disciple, and his blessing be with us all. Jesus spoke these words, lifted up his eyes to heaven, and said, Father, the hour has come, glorify your Son, that your Son also may glorify you, as you have given him authority over all flesh, that he should give eternal life to as many as you have given him. And this is eternal life, that they may know you, the only true God, and Jesus Christ, whom you have sent. I have glorified you on the earth. I have finished the work which you have given me to do. And now, O Father, glorify me together with yourself, with the glory which I had with you before the world was. I have manifested your name to the men whom you have given me out of the world. They were yours, you gave them to me, and they have kept your word. Now they have known that all things which you have given me are from you. For I have given to them the words which you have given me, and they have received them, and have known surely that I came forth from you. And they have believed that you sent me. I pray for them. I do not pray for the world, but for those whom you have given me, for they are yours. And all mine are yours, and yours are mine, and I am glorified in them. Now I am no longer in the world, but these are in the world, and I come to you. Holy Father, keep through your name those whom you have given me, that they may be one as we are. While I was with them in the world, I kept them in your name. Those whom you gave me I have kept, and none of them is lost except the son of perdition, that the scripture might be fulfilled. But now I come to you, and these things I speak in the world, that they may have my joy fulfilled in themselves. I have given them your word, and the world has hated them because they are not of the world, just as I am not of the world. I do not pray that you should take them out of the world, but that you should keep them from the evil one. They are not of the world, just as I am not of the world. Sanctify them by your truth. Your word is truth. As you sent me into the world, I also have sent them into the world. And for their sakes I sanctify myself, that they also may be sanctified by the truth. I do not pray for these alone, but also for those who will believe in me through their word, that they all may be one as you, Father, are in me and I in you, that they also may be one in us, that the world may believe that you sent me, and the glory which you gave me I have given them, that they may be one just as we are one, I in them and you in me, that they may be perfect in one, and that the world may know that you have sent me, and have loved them as you have loved me. Father, I desire that they also whom you gave me may be with me where I am, that they may behold my glory which you have given me. For you loved me before the foundation of the world. O righteous Father, the world has not known you, but I have known you, and these have known me that you sent me. And I have declared to them your name, and will declare it, that the love with which you have loved me may be in them, and I in them.
Glory be to God forever.
الساعة الأولى من ليلة الجمعة العظيمة، بركاته على جميعنا آمين. ولما قال ربنا يسوع هذا رفع عينيه إلى فوق نحو أبيه وقال: يا أبتاه قد أتت الساعة، مجد ابنك في العالم. أنا نكدتك يا أبتاه على الأرض لما أكملت ما يرضيك، والذين أعطيتني يا أبتاه أعطيتهم إياه لأني أنا اخترتهم من العالم، وهم هكذا قبلوا كلامي وعلموا إني خرجت من عندك. أطلب إليك من أجلهم ومن أجل كل الذين يؤمنون بي بقلوبهم، فإني اخترتهم من العالم وأنا آتي إليك وأتركهم في العالم. وعندما كنت معهم كنت أحفظهم وسلمت إليهم كلامك. يا أبتاه العالم لم يعرفك وأنا أعرفك، وهؤلاء الذين معي فإنهم علموا إنك أرسلتني، لذلك أعلمتهم باسمك يا أبي. المحبة التي أحببتني بها يا أبتاه فلتكن دائما فيهم جميعا، ليخبروا الأمم بنعمتك، فإني أنا أيضا أكون فيهم يا أبي. هذه هي الوصايا التي قررها مخلصنا مع تلاميذه، هؤلاء الذين اختارهم وأرسلهم إلى العالم ليأتوا له بأثمار كثيرة. هؤلاء هم كواكب المسكونة الذين نورهم ملأ كل العالم.
المسيح مخلصنا جاء وتألم عنا لكي بآلامه يخلصنا، فنمجد ونرفع اسمه
لأنه صنع معنا رحمة كعظيم رحمة بخريستوس بن صوتير إلى خنبم كاف مارنتي أونا
تنشيسي أمبفرا
جيف إرغونا إيمان
تطبفنشتينا
وسع في تبريتكم العظيمة من أسكرنا.
From Ezekiel the prophet, may his blessings be with us all, amen. Moreover, the word of the Lord came to me, saying, Son of man, when the house of Israel dwelt in their own land, they defiled it by their own ways and deeds. To me, their ways was like the uncleanliness of a woman in her customary impurity. Therefore I poured out my fury on them for the blood they had shed on the land, and for their idols with which they had defiled it. So I scattered them among the nations, and they were dispersed throughout the countries. I judged them according to their ways and their deeds. When they came to the nations, wherever they went, they profaned my holy name, when they said of them, These are the people of the Lord. And yet they have gone out of his land. But I had concern for my holy name, which the house of Israel had profaned among the nations wherever they went. Therefore say to the house of Israel, Thus says the Lord God, I do not do this for your sake, O house of Israel, but for my holy name's sake, which you have profaned among the nations wherever you went. No, and I will sanctify my great name, which has given profaned among the nations, which you have profaned in their midst. And the nations shall know that I am the Lord, says the Lord God, when I am hallowed in you before their eyes. Glory be to the Holy Trinity, the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit.
أن تصبح صلاة الساعة الثالثة من الجمعة العظيمة وقدم المسيح ملكنا ولنا نرجو أن يغفر لنا خطايانا كثيرة because we are to blessing for our Father who art in heaven.
تأتيكم نبئون بزمون بأعمار شاين من المنويل بن أروث تأتيكم نبئون بزمون بأعمار شاين من المنويل سيسوس فسوتير نغاثوس أقوم نبارزم بيفشوس شوبيني فسوتيريا إف أو إف تأتيكم نبئون بزمون بأعمار شاين من
تأتيكم نبئون بزمون بأعمال شاين من المنويل بنوتي بنورو تأتيكم نبئون بزمون بأعمال شاين من بشوي سيسوس بخريستوس
بسوتير ناغاسوس تاغوم نمبا اسمو بيب شوي سب شو بينهم سوتيريا افو وابسوك تتيغوم نمبي او نمبسمو نمبي امان شاينامي
يا ليسون ثوب تتيغوم نمبي او نمبسمو نمبي امان شاينامي نمانويل بنوتي بنورو ثوب تتيغوم نمبي او نمبسمو نمبي امان شاينامي بشوي سيسوس بخريستوس بسوتير ناغاثوس تاغوم نمبا اسمو بيب شوي سب شوبيني افسوتيري اف او اب ثوب تتيغوم نمبي او نمبسمو نمبي امان شاينامي
يا ليسون ثوب تتيغوم نمبي او نمبسمو نمبي امان شاينامي نمانويل بنوتي بنورو ثوب تتيغوم نمبي او نمبسمو نمبي امان شاينامي بشوي سيسوس بخريستوس بسوتير ناغاسوس تاغوم نمبا اسمو بيب شوي سب شو بيني افسوتير اف او ابسوك تتيغوم نمبي او نمبسمو نمبي امان شاينامي
يا ليسون ثوب تتيغوم نمبي او نمبسمو نمبي امان شاينامي نمانويل بنوتي بنورو ثوب تتيغوم نمبي او نمبسمو نمبي امان شاينامي بشوي سيسوس بخريستوس بسوتير ناغاسوس تاغوم نمبا اسمو بيب شوي سب شو بيني افسوتيريا اف او اب ثوب تتيغوم نمبي او نمبسمو نمبي امان شاينامي
يا ليسون ثوب تتيغوم نمبي او نمبسمو نمبي امان شاينامي نمانويل بنوتي بنورو ثوب تتيغوم نمبي او نمبسمو نمبي امان شاينامي بشوي سيسوس بخريستوس بس نمبا اسمو بيب شوي سب شو بيني افسوتيري اف او ابسوك تتيغوم نمبي او نمبسمو نمبي امان شاينامي
يا ليسون ثوب تتيغوم نمبي او نمبسمو نمبي امان شاينامي نمانويل بنوتي بنورو ثوب تتيغوم نمبي او نمبسمو نمبي امان شاينامي بشوي سيسوس بخريستوس بسوتير ناغاثوس تاغوم نمبا اسمو بيب شوي سب شو بيني افسوتيري اف او اب ثوب تتيغوم نمبي او نمبسمو نمبي امان شاينامي
يا ليسون ثوب تتيغوم نمبي او نمبسمو نمبي امان شاينامي نمانويل بنوتي بنورو ثوب تتيغوم نمبي او نمبسمو نمبي امان شاينامي بشوي سيسوس بخريستوس بسوتير ناغاسوس تاغوم نمبا اسمو بيب شوي سب شو بيني افسوتيري اف او ابسوك تتيغوم نمبي او نمبسمو نمبي امان شاينامي
يا ليسون ثوب تتيغوم نمبي او نمبسمو نمبي امان شاينامي نمانويل بنوتي بنورو ثوب تتيغوم نمبي او نمبسمو نمبي امان شاينامي بشوي سيسوس بخريستوس بسوتير ناغاسوس تاغوم نمبا اسمو بيب شوي سب شو بيني افسوتيري اف او اب ثوب تتيغوم نمبي او نمبسمو نمبي امان شاينامي
يا ليسون ثوب تتيغوم نمبي او نمبسمو نمبي امان شاينامي نمانويل بنوتي بنورو ثوب تتيغوم نمبي او نمبسمو نمبي امان شاينامي بشوي سيسوس بخريستوس بسوتير ناغاثوس تاغوم نمبا اسمو بيب شوي سب شو بيني افسوتيريا اف او اب ثوب تتيغوم نمبي او نمبسمو نمبي aman shine
is the power and glory and blessings and honor forever. Amen. Emmanuel, our God and our King, to you is the power and glory and blessings and honor forever. Amen. My Lord Lord Savior, my strength and my praise is the Lord who became my holy salvation. To you is the power and glory and blessings and honor forever. Amen.
لك القوة والمجد والبركات والعزة إلى الأبد. آمين. عمانوئيل إلهنا وملكنا، لك القوة والمجد والبركات والعزة إلى الأبد. آمين. يا ربي يسوع المسيح مخلص الصالح، قوتي وتسبحتي، هو الرب وصار لي خلاصا مقدسا. لك القوة والمجد والبركات والعزة إلى الأبد. آمين. Make us first to blessing for our Father who art in heaven.
Hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, forgive us our trespasses, we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Jesus Christ, our Lord, for us give the power, glory, forever. Amen.
and
Glory to you,
from the Holy Gospel according to St Mark, the evangelist and pure disciple. May his blessings be with us all. Amen. And when they had sung a hymn, they went out to the Mount of Olives. And Jesus said to them, "All of you will be made to stumble because of me this night, for it is written, I will strike the shepherd, and the sheep will be scattered. But after I have been raised, I will go before you to Galilee." Peter said to him, "Even if all are made to stumble, yet I will not be." Jesus said to him, "Assuredly, I say to you that today, even this night before the rooster crows twice, you will deny me 3 times. But he spoke more vehemently, "If I have to die with you, I will not deny you." And they all said likewise.
A chapter from the Holy Gospel according to St Luke, the evangelist and pure disciple. May his blessings be with us all. Amen. And the Lord, Simon, Simon, indeed Satan has asked for you, and that he may sift you as wheat. But I have prayed for you that your faith should not fail. And when you have returned to me, strengthen your brethren. But he said to him, "Lord, I am ready to go with you, both to prison and to death." Then he said, "I tell you, Peter, the rooster shall not crow this day before you will deny me 3 times that you know me." And he said to them, "When I sent you out with knapsack and sandals, did you lack anything?" So they said nothing. Then he said to them, "But now he who has a money bag, let him take it, and likewise a knapsack. And he who has no sword, let him sell his garment and buy one. For I say to you that this which is written must still be accomplished in me." And he was numbered with his transgressors. For those things concern me have an end. So they said, "Lord, look, here are 2 swords." And he said to them, "It is enough." Coming out, he went to the mountain of Olives, as he was accustomed, and his disciples also followed him.
St. John the Evangelist and pure disciple, may his blessing be with us all. Amen. When Jesus spake in these words, he went out with his disciples over the brook Kidron, where there was a garden, which he and his disciples entered. And Judas, who betrayed him, also knew the place, for Jesus often met there with his disciples. Glory be to God forever.
طرح الساعة 3 من ليلة الجمعة العظيمة.
ولما سبحوا خرجوا من صهيون وصعدوا إلى جبل الزيتون، فابتدأ مخلصنا يقول لتلاميذه علانيا: أنتم كلكم في هذه الليلة تشكون فيا، ويكمل المكتوب في هذا الزمان وسائر أقوال الأنبياء الذين قالوا: إني أضرب الراعي فتتفرج غنم رعيته، وبعد هذا كله أنا أقوم وأسبقكم إلى الجليل. فقال بطرس أمام إخوته: لو جحدوا كلهم إلا أنا يا سيدي. فقال له الرب: اعلم يا بطرس أنك في هذه الليلة تجحدني 3 مرات، وإذا صاح الديك عند ذلك تعلم يا بطرس ما يخرج من فيه. قال بطرس: لو بلغت واقتربت من الموت أن أجحدك يا ربي وإلهي. وهكذا قال بقية الرسل الكبار من حقه. هذا كان لكي يتم قول النبي في المزمور: اللهم لا تسكت عن تسبحتي، فإن فم الخاطئ انفتح علي. من هو الخاطئ إلا يهوذا مولود الخطية، والاسم هذا الذي اقتنى له نصيبا رديا من مال الظلم، وهو الذي باع سيده للأمم ورفض النعمة واكتسب الخطية. المسيح مخلصنا
جاء عنا لكي بآلام يخلصنا، فنمجده ونرفع اسمه، لأنه صنع معنا رحمة كعظيم رحمة. بخريستوس بن صوتي هنا في النبم مارنتي أونا نبوات الساعة 6 من ليلة الجمعة العظيمة. المسكية للنبي بركات وعلى جميعنا آمين.
And the word of the Lord came to me, saying, Son of man, say to her, You are the land that is not rained upon, neither has rain come upon you in the days of wrath, whose princes in the midst of her are as roaring lions seizing prey, devouring souls by oppression and taking brides, and your widows are multiplied in the midst of you. Her priests also have set at naught my law, and profaned my holy things. They have not distinguished between the holy and profane, nor have they distinguished between the unclean and the clean, and have hidden their eyes from my Sabbaths, and I was profane in the midst of them. Her princes in the midst of her are as wolves ravening to shed blood, that they may get dishonest gain, and her prophets that go of them shall fall, that see vanities, that prophesy falsehoods, saying, Thus says the Lord, when the Lord has not spoken. Glory be to God in heaven.
ترسلنا تسبح صلاة الساعة 6 ليلة الجمعة العظيمة نقدم المسيح ملكنا ولانا نرجو أن يكفينا خطايانا كثيرة يا أبانا الذي في السماوات.
Eleison thuktetigom nembionem desmonem biamai shainem in Emmanuel benoti ben oro thuktetigom nembionem desmonem biamai shainem in Nashoisisos bechristos besotirin agathos tagom nembaismo biepshosem shobineia sotireia oe thuktetigom nembionem besmonem biamai shainem
Eleison thuktetigom nembionem besmonem biamai shainem in Emmanuel benoti ben oro thuktetigom nembionem besmonem biamai shainem in Nashoisisos bechristos besotirin agathos tagom nembaismo biepshosem shobineia sotireia thuktetigom nembionem besmonem biamai shainem
Eleison thuktetigom nembionem besmonem biamai shainem in Emmanuel benoti ben oro thuktetigom nembionem besmonem biamai shainem in Nashoisisos bechristos besotirin agathos tagom nembaismo biepshosem shobineia sotireia thuktetigom nembionem besmonem biamai shainem
Eleison thuktetigom nembionem besmonem biamai shainem in Emmanuel benoti ben oro thuktetigom nembionem besmonem biamai shainem in Nashoisisos bechristos besotirin agathos tagom nembaismo biepshosem shobineia sotireia thuktetigom nembionem besmonem biamai shainem
Eleison thuktetigom nembionem besmonem biamai shainem in Emmanuel benoti ben oro thuktetigom nembionem besmonem biamai shainem in Nashoisisos bechristos besotirin agathos tagom nembaismo biepshosem shobineia sotireia thuktetigom nembionem besmonem biamai shainem
Eleison thuktetigom nembionem besmonem biamai shainem in Emmanuel benoti ben oro thuktetigom nembionem besmonem biamai shainem in Nashoisisos bechristos besotirin agathos tagom nembaismo biepshosem shobineia sotireia thuktetigom nembionem besmonem biamai shainem
Eleison thuktetigom nembionem besmonem biamai shainem in Emmanuel benoti ben oro thuktetigom nembionem besmonem biamai shainem in Nashoisisos bechristos besotirin agathos tagom nembaismo biepshosem shobineia sotireia ثوتتي قوم نبيون بزمون بيامه الشعين آمين
Eleison socteti gomnem bigonem bismonem biam Shaine minim Emmanuel ben noti ben oro socteti gomnem bionem bismonem biam Shaine min beshois Isus ben Christos Besotir nagasos tagomnem baizmo bepshois abshobine absotir efo absocteti gomnem bionem bismonem biamai shaine amin.
Eleison ثوتتي قوم نبيون بزمون بيامه الشعين آمين Emmanuel ben noti ben oro ثوتتي قوم نبيون بزمون بيامه الشعين آمين بشويس Isus بخريستوس بسوتيرن آغاطوس تاقوم نبا ازمو بيرشويس أبشوبيني أبسوتيري افو ثوتتي قوم نبيون بزمون بيامه الشعين آمين
Eleison socteti gomnem bionem bismonem biamai shaine amin. Emmanuel ben noti ben oro socteti gomnem bionem bismonem biamai shaine amin. Beshois Isus be Christos besotir nagasos tagomnem baizmo bepshois abshobene absotir efo absocteti gomnem bionem bismonem biamai shaine amin.
Is the power and glory and blessing and honor forever. Amen. Emmanuel, our God and our King, to you is the power and glory and blessings and honor forever. Amen. My Lord Jesus Christ, my good Savior, my strength and my praise is the Lord who became my holy salvation. To you is the power and glory and blessings and honor forever. Amen.
لك القوة والمجد والبركة والعزة إلى الأبد. آمين. عمانوئيل إلهنا وملكنا لك القوة والمجد والبركة والعزة إلى الأبد. آمين. يا ربي يسوع المسيح مخلص الصالح قوتي وتسبحتي هو الرب وصار لي خلاصا مقدسا. لك القوة والمجد والبركة والعزة إلى الأبد. آمين. Because we are to blessing for Father who art in heaven.
Hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Such trespasses we forgive. Jesus Christ, our Lord.
Salmos todo. Ah, 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 ah.
Θεός του Άγιου Ευαγγέλου Κύριον και των Θεών ημών εκέτευσον εξ ο Θεός φτιάξομαι το Άγιο
disciple and said to them, "Are you still sleeping and resting? Behold, the hour is at hand, and the Son of Man is being betrayed into the hands of the sinner. Rise going, see my betrayal at hand."
Glory to you, Lord.
A chapter of angels and pure disciple. May his blessing be with us all. Amen. Then they came to a place which was named Gethsemane, and he said to his disciples, "Sit here while I pray." And he took Peter, James, and John with him. And he began to be troubled and deeply distressed. Then he said to them, "My soul is exceedingly sorrowful, even to death. Stay here and watch." He went a little farther and fell on the ground and prayed that if it were possible, the hour might pass from him. And he said, "Abba, Father, all things are possible for you. Take this cup away from me, nevertheless, not what I will, but what you will." Then he came and found them sleeping, and said to Peter, "Simon, are you sleeping? Could you not watch 1 hour? Watch and pray, lest you enter into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak." Again he went away and prayed, and spoke the same words. And when he returned, he found them asleep again, for their eyes were heavy, and they did not know what to answer him. Then he came to the third time and said to them, "Are you still sleeping and resting? It is enough. The hour has come. Behold, the Son of Man is being betrayed into the hands of sinners. Rise, let us be going. See, my betrayer is at hand."
Glory to you, Lord.
Chapter from the Holy Gospel according to St. Luke, the evangelist, apostle, and pure disciple. May his blessings be with us all. Amen. When he came to the place, he said to them, "Pray that you may not enter into temptation." And he has withdrawn from them about a stone's throw. And he knelt down and prayed, saying, "Father, if it is your will, take this cup away from me. Nevertheless, not my will, but yours be done." Then an angel appeared to him from heaven, strengthening him, and being in agony, he prayed more earnestly. Then his sweat became like great drops of blood falling down to the ground. When he arose up from prayer and had come to his disciples, he found them sleeping from sorrow. Then he said to them, "Why do you sleep? Rise and pray, lest you enter into temptation."
Glory be to God forever.
A chapter from the Holy Gospel according to St. John the Evangelist and pure disciple. May his blessings be with us all. Amen. Then Judas, having received a detachment of troops and officers from the chief priests and Pharisees, came there with lanterns, torches, and weapons. Jesus, therefore, knowing all things that would come upon him, went forward and said to them, "Whom are you seeking?" They answered him, "Jesus of Nazareth." Jesus said to them, "I am he," and Judas, who betrayed him, also stood with them. Now when he said to them, "I am he," they drew back and fell to the ground. Then he asked them again, "Whom are you seeking?" And they said, "Jesus of Nazareth." Jesus answered, "I have told you that I am he. Therefore, if you seek me, let these go their way, that the saying might be fulfilled which he spoke, of those whom you gave me I have lost none."
Glory be to God forever.
طرح الساعة 6 من ليلة الجمعة العظيمة وبركات على جميعنا آمين.
ثم ترك مخلصنا يسوع جبل الزيتون وأتى إلى الجثيمانية مع الرسل، وهكذا قال لتلاميذه: اجلسوا هنا حتى أمضي لأصلي. وأخذ بطرس مع الأخوين الطاهرين ابني زبدي، وبدأ يقول في صلاته من أجل آلامه التي سينالها، وهكذا قال لخواصه: اسهروا معي في الصلاة. وابتعد قليلا وخر على وجهه وصلى قائلا بحزن قلب: يا أبتاه إن كان يمكن أن تعبر عني هذه الكأس، ولكن ليس إرادتي بل إرادتك. ثم عاد وجاء إلى تلاميذه فوجدهم نياما بحزن عظيم، فأيقظ بطرس وقال: ألا يجب عليك أن تسهر معي ساعة واحدة؟ صلوا بلا فطور لكي لا تدخلوا في تجربة. والمرة الثانية صلى هكذا من أجل الكأس لكي تعبر. والمرة الثالثة هكذا صلى بهذا الكلام الذي قاله: قوموا اسهروا معي واتركوا النوم، فقد اقترب الذي يسلمني. الويل لك يا يهوذا أكثر من جميع الناس، فإن خطاياك تضاعفت وخطايا والديك. جحدت البركة وأحببت اللعنة، فحلت عليك اللعنة إلى آخر الدهور.
المسيح مخلصنا جاء وتألم عنا لكي بآلامه يخلصنا، فلنمجده ونرفع اسمه لأنه صنع معنا رحمة كعظيم رحمته. بخريستوس بن سوتير ديناخ النبنكا مارتي أونا جي أفئر أونا نبوات الساعة 9 من ليلة الجمعة العظيمة من أرمية البركات على جميع الناس.
From Jeremiah, prophet, may his blessing be this one. And therefore, thus says the Lord of hosts: Behold, I will refine them and try for them. For how shall I deal with the daughter of my people? Their tongue is an arrow shot out; it speaks deceit. One speaks peacefully to his neighbor with his mouth, but in his heart he lies in wait. Shall I not punish them for these things, says the Lord? Shall I not avenge myself on such a nation as this? I will take up a weeping and wailing for the mountains, and for the dwelling places of the wilderness a lamentation, because they are burned up, so that no one can pass through, nor can men hear the voice of the cattle. Both the birds of the heavens and the beasts have fled. They are gone. I will make Jerusalem a heap of ruins, a den of jackals. I will make the cities of Judah desolate, without an inhabitant. Glory to the Holy Trinity, Father, and Son, and Holy Spirit. Also from Ezekiel the prophet, may his blessings be with us. Amen. And you, son of man, prophesy and say, Thus says the Lord God concerning the Ammonites and concerning their reproach, and say, a sword is drawn, polished for slaughter, for consuming, for flashing, while they see false visions for you, while they divine a lie to you, to bring you on the necks of the wicked, the slain whose day has come, whose iniquity shall end. Return to its sheep. I will judge you in the place where you were created, in the land of nativity. I will pour out my indignation on you. I will blow against you with the fire of my wrath. And we deliver you into the hands of brutal men who are skillful to destroy. You shall be fuel for the fire. Your blood shall be in the midst of the land. You shall not be remembered, for I, the Lord, have spoken. Glory be to the Holy Trinity, Father, and Son, and Holy Spirit.
شو سنين شو سنين تسبح صلاة الساعة 9 من ليلة الجمعة العظيمة قدم المسيح ملكنا لنا الروح خطيرا كثيرة يا أبانا الذي في السماوات. Eleison thoktetigom bionem besmonem biamai shayem Emmanuel ben noti ben or thoktetigom bionem besmonem biamai shayem bashois Isus bechristos besotiren agathos tagom nemba esmo beer shoisat shobinei sotirei epoeb thoktetigom bionem besmonem biamai shayem
Eleison thoktetigom bionem besmonem biamai shayem Emmanuel ben noti ben oros thoktetigom bionem besmonem biamai shayem bashois Isus bechristos besotiren agathos tagom nemba esmo beer shoisat shobinei sotirei epoeb thoktetigom bionem nem bismonem biamai shainemi.
Eleison toktetigom nem beonem bismonem biamai shainemi. Emmanuel ben noti ben oro toktetigom nem beonem bismonem biamai shainemi. Beshoisi sos bechristos basotiren agasos tagom nem baesmo beep shoisef shobinei absotirei F.O.F. Soktetigom nem beonem bismonem biamai shainemi.
Eleison soktetigom nem beonem bismonem biamai shainemi. Emmanuel ben noti ben oro soktetigom nem beonem bismonem biamai shainemi. Beshoisi sos bechristos basotiren agasos tagom nem baesmo beep shoisef shobinei absotirei F.O.F. soktetigom nem beonem bismonem biamai shainemi.
Eleison thonem bismonem biamai shainemi. Emmanuel ben noti ben oro toktetigom nem beonem bismonem biamai shainemi. Beshoisi sos bechristos basotiren agathos tagom nem baesmo beep shoisef shobinei absotirei F.O.F. toktetigom nem beonem bismonem biamai shainemi.
Eleison soktetigom nem beonem bismonem biamai shainemi. Emmanuel ben noti ben oro soktetigom nem beonem bismonem biamai shainemi. Beshoisi sos bechristos basotiren agasos tagom nem baesmo beep shoisef shobinei absotirei F.O.F. soktetigom nem beonem bismonem biamai shainemi.
Eleison toktetigom nem beonem bismonem biamai shainemi. Emmanuel ben noti ben oro toktetigom nem beonem bismonem biamai shainemi. Beshoisi sos bechristos basotiren agathos tagom nem baesmo beep shoisef shobinei absotirei F.O.F. soktetigom nem beonem bismonem biamai shainemi.
Eleison soktetigom nem beonem bismonem biamai shainemi. Emmanuel ben noti ben oro soktetigom nem beonem bismonem biamai shainemi. Beshoisi sos bechristos basotiren agasos tagom nem baesmo beep shoisef shobinei absotirei F.O.F. soktetigom nem beonem bismonem biamai shainemi.
Eleison toktetigom nem beonem bismonem biamai shainemi. Emmanuel ben noti ben oro toktetigom nem beonem bismonem biamai shainemi. Beshoisi sos bechristos basotiren agathos tagom nem baesmo beep shoisef shobinei absotirei F.O.F. toktetigom nem beonem bismonem biamai shainemi.
Eleison soktetigom nem beonem bismonem biamai shainemi. Emmanuel ben noti ben oro soktetigom nem beonem bismonem biamai shainemi. Beshoisi sos bechristos basotiren agasos tagom nem baesmo beep shoisef shobinei absotirei F.O.F. soktetigom nem beonem bismonem biamai shainemi.
To you is the power and glory and blessing and honor forever. Amen. Emmanuel, our God and our King. To you is the power and glory and blessings My strength and my praise is the Lord who became my holy salvation. To you is the power and glory and blessings and honor forever. Amen. القوة والمجد والبركة والعزة إلى الأبد. آمين. عمانوئيل إلهنا وملكنا، لك القوة والمجد والبركة والعزة إلى الأبد. آمين. يا ربي يسوع المسيح مخلص الصالح، قوتي وتسبحتي، هو الرب وصار لي خلاصا مقدسا. لك القوة والمجد والبركة والعزة إلى الأبد. آمين.
Because we're blessing for our Father who art in heaven.
Song of David, who is in their hearts.
and live
According to the wickedness of their endeavors, let those be to share. And brought to dishonor who seek after my life.
David the prophet and king, may his blessings be with us all, amen. Who speak peace to their neighbors, but evil is in their hearts. Give to them according to their deeds, and according to the wickedness of their endeavors. Let those people to share. shame and brought to dishonor. Who seek after my life, let those be turned back and brought to confusion who plot my hurt.
Alleluia.
O Lord, have pity and mercy on us, and make us worthy to listen to your holy gospel. A chapter from the Holy Gospel according to St. Matthew, the evangelist and pure disciple. May his blessings be with us all. Amen. And while he was still speaking, behold, Judas, one of the 12, with a great multitude, with swords and clubs, came from the chief priests and elders of the people. Now his betrayer had given them a sign, saying, "Whomever I kiss, he is the one, seize him." Immediately he went up to Jesus and said, "Greetings, Rabbi," and kissed him. But Jesus said to him, "Friend, why have you come?" Then they came and laid hands on Jesus and took him. And suddenly one of those who were with Jesus stretched out his hand and drew his sword, struck the servant of the high priest, and cut off his ear. But Jesus said to him, "Put your sword in its place, for all who take the sword will perish by the sword. Or do you think that I cannot now pray to my Father, and he will provide me with more than 12 legions of angels? How then could the scriptures be fulfilled, that it must happen thus?" In that hour Jesus said to the multitudes, "Have you come out against a robber with swords and clubs to take me? I sat daily with you, teaching in the temple, and you did not seize me. But all this was done that the scriptures of the prophets might be fulfilled." Then all the disciples forsook him and fled, and those who had laid hold of Jesus led him away to Caiaphas the high priest, where the scribes and the elders were assembled. But Peter followed him at a distance to the high priest's courtyard, and he went in and sat with the servants to see the end.
Glory be to God, our Lord.
A chapter from the Holy Gospel according to St. Mark, the evangelist and pure disciple. May his blessings be with us all. Amen. And immediately while he was still speaking, Judas, one of the 12, with a great multitude with swords and clubs, came from the chief priests and the scribes and the elders. Now his betrayer had given them a signal, saying, "Whomever I kiss, he is the one. Seize him and lead him away safely." As soon as he had come, immediately he went up to him and said to him, "Rabbi, Rabbi," and kissed him. Then they laid their hands on him and took him. And one of those who stood by drew his sword and struck the servant of the high priest and cut off his ear. Then Jesus answered and said to them, "Have you come out as against a robber with swords and clubs to take me? I was daily with you in the temple teaching, and you did not seize me. But the scriptures must be fulfilled." Then they all forsook him and fled. Now a certain young man followed him, having a linen cloth thrown around his naked body. And the young man laid hold of him, and he left the linen cloth and fled from them naked. And they led Jesus away to the high priest, and with him were assembled all the chief priests, the elders, and the scribes. But Peter followed him at a distance, right into the courtyard of the high priest, and he sat with the servants and warmed himself at the fire.
Glory to you, our Lord.
A chapter from the Holy Gospel according to St. Luke, the evangelist and pure disciple. May his blessings be with us all. Amen. And while he was still speaking, behold, a multitude, and he who was called Judas, one of the 12, went before them and drew near to Jesus to kiss him. But Jesus said to him, "Judas, are you betraying the Son of Man with a kiss?" When those around him saw what was going to happen, they said to him, "Lord, shall we strike with the sword?" And one of them said to him, and one of them struck the servant of the high priest and cut off his right ear. But Jesus answered and said, "Permit even this." And he touched his ear and healed him. Then Jesus said to the chief priests, captains of the temple, and the elders who had come to him, "Have you come out as against a robber with swords and clubs?" When I was with you daily in the temple, you did not try to seize me, but this is your hour, and the power of darkness. Having arrested him, they led him and brought him into the high priest's house, but Peter followed at a distance. Now when they had kindled a fire in the midst of the courtyard and sat down together, Peter sat among them. Glory be to you, O Lord.
Chapter from the Holy Gospel according to St. John the Evangelist and pure disciple, may his blessing be with us all. Amen. And Simon Peter, having a sword, drew and struck the high priest's servant, and cut off his right ear. The servant's name was Malchus. So Jesus said to Peter, "Put your sword into the sheath. Shall I not drink the cup which my Father has given me?" And the detachment of troops and captain and the officers of the Jews arrested Jesus and bound him. And they led him away to Annas first, for he was the father-in-law of Caiaphas, who was the high priest that year. Now it was Caiaphas who advised that the people. Glory be to God forever.
فلما فرغ كلام المخلص لتلاميذه من أجل آلامه، جاء واحد من الاثنى عشر الذي هو يهوذا، ومعه جمع بسيوف وعصي وجند من عند الكتبة ورؤساء الكهنة. وكان الدافع ابن الشرير المخالف المملوء من الآثام، وقد أعطاهم علامة قائلة: إن الذي أقبله فيمسكون. من ذلك الوقت الذي أصنع إذ دنوت منه لأقبله وأخاطبه هو فيمسكوه. فأتى إلى يسوع وقال له: السلام يا معلم، وقبله. فقال له: يا صاحب، كيف تجاسرت لأن تسلمني بقبلة إلى الأمم؟ فأسرع واحد واستل سيفا وقطع به أذن عبد رئيس الكهنة. فقال يسوع: أرد السيف إلى غنته، فإن الذي يقتل بالسيف يموت. وأنا يمكنني أن أحضر ربوات الملائكة لتحارب أمامي. حينئذ لما نظر التلاميذ هذا هربوا وتركوه مع الجمع الكثير، فأتوا به إلى قيافة رئيس الكهنة وجماعة الكتبة. وكان سمعان بطرس يتبعه حتى جلس عند باب رئيس الكهنة. الويل لك يا يهوذا، لأنك حملت عقوبة لا شبيه لها، وليست اللعنة مثل الصوت، فنصيبك يكون مع الزناه أيها المخالف.
المسيح مخلصنا جاء وتألم عنا لكي بآلامه يخلصنا، فنمجده ونرفع اسمه لأنه صنع معنا رحمة. بخريستوس بن صوتير هنا خلي بمكا مارتي أونا جاف إرغون عيني ما نبوات الساعة 11 بلادكم العظيمة بركاتها على جميعنا آمين.
هلم أيها النساء الأتياك للنظر، لأنه ليس شعبا إذ فهم لذلك لا يرحم خالقه ولا يترافع عليه جابله. ويكون في ذلك اليوم أن الرب يصنع اضطرابا في معبر النهر إلى نقروه وادي مصر، وأنتم فاجمعوا بني إسرائيل واحدا واحدا. ويكون في ذلك اليوم أنه يبوق البوق العظيم، فتأتي الشعوب الكثيرة ضلت في قرى الأشوريين والذين تاهوا في مصر، وسيسجدون للرب على جبل صهيون المقدس بأورشليم. الويل لإكليل الهوان المستأجر الذي لإفرايم. الزهرة الحسنة التي سقطت من مجد على رأس الجبل الدسم بالسكارة بغير خمر. هوذا غضب الرب قوي وصعب كبرد النازل وليس تحته مظلة. يؤتي عصفا كسيل المياه الغزيرة الجارفة في القرى، وتصير راحة الأرض، ويصنع أيديهم وأرجلهم وإداس إكليل الخزي المستأجر الذي لإفرايم. وتكون الزهرة الساقطة من رجاء المجد تحت الجبل العالي كمثل أساس التينة الذي ينظره. فقيل أن يتناول يريد أن يتهم في ذلك اليوم يقول رب صباتك لي رجاء المجد الذي ظفره لبقية شعبي وتبقى الروح محاكمة على محاكمة تمنع القوة عن الفساد لأن هؤلاء ضلون من الخمر تائهون من المسكر الكاهن والنبي من سكر المسكر وضلوا وهذا هو حلم اللعنة تأكل مشورتهم التي هو جود على من تقولتهم الشر وعلى من جدفهم على المفطومين عن لبنهم المفصلين عن صديهم انتظروا شدة على شدة عن قليل وبعد قليل انتظروا رجاء على رجاء عن قليل وبعد قليل من أجل شتيمة الشفاء أيضا يتكلمون مع هذا الشعب بلسان دغل القائلين لهم إن هذا هو راحة جياع وهذا هو انحطام ولم يريدوا أن يسمعوا ستكون لهم كلمة الرب الإله ضيق على ضيق ورجاء على رجاء عن قليل وبعد قليل لكي يذهبوا ويسكت كثيرا منهم إلى الوراء ويتضايقوا وينكسروا ويهلكوا من أجل هذا اسمعوا قول الرب أيها الرجال العتاه المتسلطون على هذا الشعب الذي في أورشليم لأنكم قلتم قد قررنا عهدا مع الجحيم وميثاقا مع الموت إذا ما هب الريح العاصف من جهتنا لا يعبر علينا لأننا قد جعلنا الكذب رجاءنا وفي الكذب استترنا مجد للصديق.
شوي سنينين تسبحت صلاة الساعة 11
مرة كثيرة يا أبانا الذي في السماوات
Besotir nagas osta gom nemba esmo bib shosef shobine sotire efo epsok teti gom nembi o nembesmo nembi ama shayamin
Yeleison sok teti gom nembi o nembesmo nembi ama shayamin Emmanuel ben noti ben oro sok teti gom nembi o nembesmo nembi ama shayamin beshois Jesus bekristos, besotir nasos tagom nemba ismo bib shoisep shobin sotiria efo websok tetigo nembi o nembismo nembi amai shaynyemi
Yeleison tuk tetigom nembi o nembismo nembi amai shaynyemi Emmanuel ben noti ben oro tuk tetigom nembi o nembismo nembi amai shaynyemi Beshois Jesus bekristos, besotir nasos tagom nemba esmo bib shoisep shobine sotiria efo websok tetigo nembi o nembismo nembi amai shaynyemi
Yeleison sok tetigo nembi o nembismo nembi amai shaynyemi Emmanuel ben noti ben oro sok tetigo nembi o nembismo nembi amai shaynyemi beshois Jesus bekristos besotir nasos tagom nemba ismo bib shoisep shobine sotiria efo websok tetigo nembi o nembismo nembi amai shaynyemi
Gom nembi o nembismo nembi amai shaynyemi Emmanuel ben noti ben oro tuk teti gom nembi o nembismo nembi amai shaynyemi beshois Jesus bekristos besotir nasos tagom nemba esmo bib shoisep shobine sotiria efo sok teti gom nembi o nembismo nembi amai shaynyemi
Yeleison sok tetigo nembi o nembismo nembi amai shaynyemi Emmanuel ben noti ben oro sok tetigo nembi o nembismo nembi amai shaynyemi beshois Jesus bekristos besotir nasos tagom nemba esmo bib shoisep shobine sotiria efo websok tetigo nembi o nembismo nembi amai shaynyemi
Yeleison tuk tetigom nembi o nembismo nembi amai shaynyemi Emmanuel ben noti ben oro Tog teti gom nem be onem bezmonem be ama Shainem beshoy sisos be Christos Besotinen agasos Agom nem ba esmo be Shosa shobine sotire F.O.F. Tog teti gom nem be onem bezmonem be ama Shainem
Son sok teti gom nem be onem bezmonem be ama Shainem Emmanuel ben noti ben oro sok teti gom nem be onem bezmonem be ama Shainem beshoy sisos be Christos Besotiren agasos tagom nem ba esmo be shoy sab shobine sotereya F.O.F. sok teti gom nem be onem bezmonem be ama Shainem
Eleison tog teti gom nem be onem bezmonem be ama Shainem Emmanuel ben noti ben oro tog teti gom nem be onem bezmonem be ama Shainem beshoy sisos be Christos Besotiren agasos tagom nem ba esmo be shoy sab shobine sotereya F.O.F. Tog teti gom nem be onem bezmonem be ama Shainem
Eleison sok teti gom nem be onem bezmonem be ama Shainem Emmanuel sok teti gom nem be onem bezmonem be ama Shainem beshoy sisos be Christos Besotiren agasos tagom nem ba esmo be shoy sab shobine sotereya F.O.F. sok teti gom nem be onem bezmonem be ama Shainem
To you is the power and glory and blessing and honor forever. Amen. Emmanuel, our God and our King. To you is the power and glory and blessings and honor forever. Amen. My Lord Jesus Christ, my good Savior, my strength and my praise is the Lord who became my holy salvation. To you is the power and glory and blessings and honor forever. Amen. لك القوة والمجد والبركة والعزة إلى الأبد. آمين. عمانوئيل إلهنا وملكنا لك القوة والمجد والبركة والعزة إلى الأبد. آمين. يا ربي يسوع المسيح مخلص الصالح قوتي وتسبحتي هو الرب وصار لي خلاصا مقدسا. لك القوة والمجد والبركة والعزة إلى الأبد. آمين. Make us first to blessing for our Father who art in heaven.
Be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those trespassing against us, and lead us
Salmos today, why do
Now the chief priests and all the councils sought testimony against Jesus to put him to death, but found none. For many bore false witness against him, but their testimonies did not agree. Then some rose up and bore false witness against him, saying, We heard him say, I will destroy the temple made with hands, and within 3 days I will build another made without hands. But not even did their testimony agree, And the high priest stood up in the midst and asked Jesus, saying, Do you answer nothing? What is it these men testify against you? But he kept silent and answered nothing. Again the high priest asked him, saying to him, Are you the Christ, the Son of the Blessed? Jesus said, I am. And you will see the Son of Man sitting at the right hand of the power and coming with the clouds of heaven. Then the high priest tore his clothes and said, What further do we have of these witnesses? You have heard blasphemy. What do you think? And they all condemned him to be deserving of death. Then some began to spit on him and to blindfold him and to beat him and to say to him, Prophesy. And the officers struck him with the palms of their hands. Now as Peter was below in the courtyard, one of the servant girls of the high priest came. And when he saw, she looked at him and said, You also were with Jesus of Nazareth. But he denied it, saying, I neither know nor understand what you are saying. And he went out to the porch, and a rooster crowed. And the servant girl saw him again, and began to say to those who stood by, This is one of them. But he denied it again. And a little later, those who stood by said to Peter again, Surely you are one of them, for you are Galilean, and your speech shows it. Then he began to curse and swear, I do not know this man of whom you speak. A second time the rooster crowed. Then Peter called to mind the word that Jesus had said to him, Before the rooster crows twice, you will deny me 3 times. And when he thought about it, he wept.
Glory be to you,
A chapter from the Holy Gospel according to St. Luke, the evangelist, apostle, and pure disciple. May his blessing be with us all, amen. And a certain servant girl, seeing him as he sat by her, looked intently at him and said, This man was also with him. But he denied him, saying, Woman, I do not know him. And after a little while, another saw him and said, You also are of them. But Peter said, Man, I am not. Then after about an hour had passed, another confidently affirming, saying, Surely this fellow also was with him, for he is a Galilean. But Peter said, Man, I do not know what you are saying. Immediately while he was still speaking, the rooster crowed, and the Lord turned and looked at Peter. And Peter remembered the word of the Lord, how he had said to him, Before the rooster crows, you will deny me 3 times. So Peter went out and wept bitterly. Now the men who held Jesus mocked him and beat him, and having blindfolded him, they struck him on the face and asked him, saying, Prophesy, who is the one who struck you? And many other things they blasphemously spoke against him.
glory be to you, Lord.
Holy Gospel according to St. John the Evangelist and pure disciple, may his blessings be with us all. Amen. And Simon Peter followed Jesus, and so did another disciple. Now that disciple was known to the high priest, and went with Jesus into the courtyard of the high priest. But Peter stood at the door outside. Then the other disciple, who was known to the high priest, went out and spoke to her who kept the door, and brought Peter in. Then the servant girl who kept the door said to Peter, You are not also one of this man's disciples, are you? He said, I am not. Now the servants and officers who had made a fire of coals stood there, for it was cold, and they warmed themselves. And Peter stood with them and warmed himself. The high priest then asked Jesus about his disciples and his doctrine. Jesus answered him, I spoke openly to the world. I always taught in synagogues and in the temple, where the Jews always meet, and in secret I have said nothing. Why do you ask me? Ask those who have heard me what I said to them. Indeed, they know what I said." And when he had said these things, one of the officers who stood by struck Jesus with the palm of his hand, saying, "Do you answer the high priest like that?" Jesus answered him, "If I have spoken evil, bear witness of the evil. But if well, why do you strike me?" Then Ananias sent him bound to Caiaphas the high priest. Now Simon Peter stood and warmed himself. Therefore they said to him, "You are not also one of his disciples, are you?" He denied it and said, "I am not." One of the servants of the high priest, a relative of him whose ear Peter cut off, said, "Did I not see you in the garden with him?" Peter then denied again, and immediately a rooster crowed.
Glory be to God.
Listen to David, the king of Jerusalem, blaming and attacking, saying, "Why this uproar and untruthful mutterings among the nations? All the kings of the earth rose in revolt against the Lord Jesus, the Lord Christ." Through the guidance of the Holy Spirit, David knew that Jerusalem would be the place where the chief priests will gather and ask for a false witness to condemn Jesus to death. Many men gave false witnesses, but the chief priests could not find any truth in them. At last, two stepped forward and said, "This man said, I have the power to destroy the temple of God, and in 3 days build it up." The high priest said, "Why are you silent? If you are Christ, the Son of God." The high priest tore his clothes and said, "He has spoken blasphemy. We do not need any more witnesses." Meanwhile, Peter was sitting outside. A servant came up to him and said, "You are a disciple to the Galilean." He said, "No." Another came saying, "You're the one of his followers. You're a Galilean." He denied. A third one came saying, "I have seen you with him in the garden." He denied again, saying, "I do not know what you are talking about." At that moment, the cock crowed. Peter went out and cried bitterly.
Christ our Saviour came and suffered for us, that he may save us through his great mercy.
بخريستوس بن صوتير هنا في النبم كاس مارتي أونا جيغف إرغونايني ما We ask and treat you, Lord, the God of the Father, the one to God, the only begotten Son, the Creator and Disposer of all the Holy Spirit, the life giver, the Holy Trinity, before whom kneels down every creature in heaven and on earth. To ask you, Lord, hear us and have mercy upon us.
Lord, have mercy.
Grant السلام العليا وتألوا سر البيع التي في العالم والأدبار والمجامع المقدسة والسكان فيها والكيان بأحوالها. يا الله ترحمنا عن خلقتك، نجيها من كل سوء. نسألك يا رب اسمعنا وارحمنا.
يا رب
You through your power dispose the life of man before his creation and made all things with your wisdom, and adorned the skies with stars, the earth with vegetation, trees and vineyards, and all the valleys with pastures and flowers. Now, our King, accept the prayer of your servants who place themselves in your hands, saying, "We ask you, Lord, hear us and have mercy upon us."
Lord, have mercy.
الله العظيم القدوس الذي خلق لك وارحم يا رب جملتك التي خلقتها، تحنن عليها وارسل علينا رحمتك وعلو قدسك ومسكنك المستعد. نسألك يا رب اسمعنا وارحمنا.
يا رب ارحم.
You saved your servant Noah the righteous, his children with their wives, and also the clean and unclean animals from the flood, in order to renew theirs. We ask you, O Lord, hear us and have mercy upon us.
Lord, have mercy.
أيها الباري رازق الكل، نجي شعبك من طوفان بحر العالم الزائر، ارفع عنهم كل مكروه وكل الحيوانات أيضا وسائر الطيور أعطيها قوتها، لأنك تعطي البهائم رزقا لفراخ لغربان قوتا. نسألك يا رب اسمعنا وارحمنا.
يا رب ارحم.
You was received as a guest by your servant Abraham, the head of the patriarchs. Sit at his table and bless his offspring. Our King, accept the prayer of your servants and your priests standing before you. Have mercy on any hardship, dwell in them and accompany them. We ask you, Lord, hear us and have mercy upon us.
Lord, have mercy.
نطلب إليك يا رب لك تحرسنا من جميع الشرور، ترافع فريضتك وجميع شعبك، لأن عين كل تترجاك أعطيهم طعامهم في حين، والمغذي كل ذي جسد يعون من لا عون له، يا رجاء من لا رجاء له. نسألك يا رب اسمعنا وارحمنا.
يا رب ارحمنا.
You looks at the humble ways, watchful eyes of protection, who saved Joseph from his master's wife, set him over Egypt, and spared him the days of tribulation, that his brothers and father came, fell down before him, and took from the sustenance of their children and their cattle. Likewise we bow down and kneel before you and thank you, our Creator and the Provider, for this condition, and in every condition we pray to save us from all tribulations. We ask you, O Lord, hear us and have mercy upon us.
Lord, have mercy.
أيها الإله كلمة الآب الفاعل في الناموس والأنبياء والعهد القديم مكمل مخلص شعبك من كل ضيقة، دبر حياتهم حسب إرادتك الصالحة، ارفع عنهم الوباء وكل قحط وبلية. نسألك يا رب اسمعنا وارحمنا.
يا رب ارحمنا.
You who supported the people of Israel for 40 years in the desert of Sinai, having no houses or storehouses. Now, O my Lord, protect your people, support them and bless their homes and storehouses with your heavenly blessings. We ask you, Lord, hear us and have mercy upon us.
Lord, have mercy.
يا من قبل طلبة الآية تسبيك عندها أمطرت السماوات وأنبتت الأرض، وباركت في كيلة الدقيق وقسط الزيت في بيت الأرملة، اقبل طلبة شعبك بصلوات قديسيك وأنبيائك الأطهار. نسألك يا رب اسمعنا وارحمنا.
يا رب ارحمنا.
His eyes full of mercy, have compassion on the world and bless their crops, their storehouses, and the little that they have. Bring up the water of the rivers according to their measures, and they give good timber to the vines. Bless the river of our land this year and every year, for the face of the earth with joy and sustain us, the human race. We ask you, Lord, hear us and have mercy upon us.
Lord, have mercy.
يا من قبلت بدرية أهلنا وعندما صام الجميع وقبلت لي كثرة فلسطين اليمين عود الصليب، هكذا رجعنا مستحقين رضاك وتحننك. ندعوك قائلين اذكرنا يا رب متى جئت في ملكوتك، اقبل توبة عبيدك وصومهم وصلواتهم وقرابينهم مرفوعة على مذابحك المقدسة بخورا طيبا وارحمهم. نسألك يا رب اسمعنا وارحمنا. He is a mighty provider, chastiser, healer, and physical of souls and bodies. You tested his servant Job, hid him from his calamity, and recompensed him with more than that he had. Have mercy on your people and save them from all calamities, tribulations, and misfortunes. O you, the upholder of those who trust in you, ask your Lord, hear us and have mercy upon us. يا مسيح أنا كلمة الآب الذي عانت الجدر والطهارة وغسل أقدامهم وجعل براسا للمؤمنين ومنارا للدين، ارفع أشبع بهم النفوس الجائعة، علمهم الصلاة قائلين أبانا الذي في السماوات ادخلنا في تجارب لكن نجينا من الشرير. نسألك يا رب اسمعنا وارحمنا.
يا رب ارحمنا.
You make miracles and wonders, who feed the thousands with the 5 loaves, raised the dead, and bless the wedding of Cana of Galilee. Now, Master, bless the bread, oil, plants, beehives, threads, and all the works of your servant. We ask your Lord, hear us and have mercy upon us. يا رب خلي شعبك وحوط بيهم من كل ناحية بجار الصليب وكالمحيي، ارفع شأن المسيحيين في المسكونة كلها، حنن عليهم قلوبهم متولين عليهم، وعطف قلوبهم على اخواتنا المساكين والمعوزين بالإحسان، ابعد عنهم كل مكروه. نسألك يا رب اسمعنا وارحمنا. You entrusted us with your holy covenant, your body and blood on the altar, by the action of your Holy Spirit on the bread and wine, and commanded us, saying, do these things in remember of me. We ask you, Lord, hear us and have mercy upon us.
Have mercy.
يا مسيح ارحم شعبك وخليفة رسلك، واعطي بركة لثمرات الأرض، وبهكم بالإنسان بكثرة ثمرات القمح والخمر والزيت. نسألك يا رب اسمعنا وارحمنا.
يا رب ارحم.
The only begotten of the Father who has incarnated from the ever-living St. Mary in the fullness of time, who said unto the holy apostles, Go and praise the whole nation, baptize them and teach them all things that I have commanded you. I am with you always, even unto the end of the world. Be also with your people who cry to you, saying, We ask you, Lord, hear us and have mercy upon us. يا ساتر الخطايا مانح العطايا، فالخطايا شعبك وطهرهم من كل دنس، اغسلهم من كل غش، ابعد عنهم اليمين الحانسة وكل حسد وكل نميمة، وانزع منهم الفكر الردي والوسواس، كل شكوك وكبرياء وكل قساوة وتكبر. نسألك يا رب اسمعنا وارحمنا.
يا رب
You are the rampart of our salvation, Mother of God, the invincible fortress, bring to know the counsel of the adversaries, and turn the afflictions of your servants into joy. Defend our cities, fight for our success, kings and rulers, and pray for the peace of the world and the churches. We ask you, Lord, hear us and have mercy upon us. يا إله الرحمة والرأفة، رب كل أعزائنا لا تسخط علينا، لا تؤاخذنا بسوء أعمالنا ولا بكثرة خطايانا لا تغضب علينا. لا يدوم غضبك الأبد، انزل يا يعقوب، انزل يا عمرنا، وارفع عن العالم الموت والغلاء والوباء والجلاء وسيف الأعداء والزلازل والأهوال وكل أمر مخيف. نسألك يا رب اسمعنا وارحمنا.
يا رب ارحم.
For the sake of our protection under your mighty holy hands, O God, we ask you to keep for us the life of our Patriarch Baba Tewodros II, Bartolotto Giovanni Metropolitan Tedros, our Bishop of Daniel, keep them in their stead for many quiet and peaceful years. We ask your Lord, hear us and have mercy upon us. أيها المسيح، إلهنا نطلب من جودك ورحمك العالية أن تبقي لنا وعلينا حياة أبانا المطرنا والأساقفة وكل رؤساء الرعاة، احفظهم لنا رعايتهم، ثبتهم، أعطي حفظا للكهنة، طهارة للشمامسة وللشيوخ، فهما للأطفال، عفة للأبكار، نصحا للرهبان والراهبات، نقاوة متزوجين، صونا للنساء. نسألك يا رب اسمعنا وارحمنا. Again we ask the safe return of the travelers, the support of the widow and the orphans, abundance for the poor, those who are in debt, pay their debts and forgive them, and those who are in prisons and distress, give them release, heal the sick and the exposed and departed. To ask you, Lord, hear us and have mercy upon us. يا إله أبانا القديسين، لا تتخلى عنا ولا تخيب الذين خلقتهم بيديك الطاهرة، بذل حبك البشرية أيها الرحوم، اقبل بريتك شفاعة من أجلنا، خلصنا يا مخلص شعبا متواضعا، لا تغفل عنا الغاية دائما، لا تسلمنا الانقضاء، من أجل اسمك القدوس تنقض عهدك، لا تبع عن رحمتك، من أجل إبراهيم حبيبك، اسمع عبدك يعقوب إسرائيل قديسك. أسألك يا رب اسمعنا وارحمنا.
يا رب ارحم.
ابنتي ناينان سيشونيرون أريون أينيمان خنتك متورو كريا لايسون كريا لايسون كريا لايسون كريا لايسون كريا لايسون كريا لايسون. O King of peace, give us your peace, establish your peace, and forgive us our sins. Lord have mercy, 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 Lord have mercy. There's enemies of the church and fortify her to be unshakable forever. Lord have mercy, 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 Lord have mercy. Emmanuel, our God, is among us now, with his Father's glory and the Holy Spirit. Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy,
Lord have mercy. Do He bless us all and purify our hearts and heal the sickness of our souls and bodies.
Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy.
Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy.
Tenoshemoko befrestos, nembekyoten agasos, nembem maswabia pashka, sortiem monemina lilo,
Soxebetrike, eioke, agiot pneumatike nikai, Kestos astoneon ab, den Oshe wollen goem Moshe open choice, Jesus bechles, Pieta bashe bestavros echechom chemet satanas, Satasitin nechala, Sotiamono naina, Kyrie eleison, Kyrie eleison, Kyrie flogison, Aminis moeroi, Simatania polieva combies.
يسوع مسيحنا حبيب فرزي كبر الألام بلدت وصليب على الصليب نجينا باركنا بكل بركة روحية ويعيننا ويكمل لنا البصخه المقدسة وإن فرح قيامته المقدسة سنين كثيرة وأزمنة سالمة بالسؤالات التي ترفعها عنا كل حين ويطلع أطراف القديسة الطاهرة مريم وساسة من الأطهار ميخائيل وغبريال ورفائيل من مصاف الملائكة وكل طعام الصنبية والصلوات رؤساء الآباء والأنبياء والرسل والشهداء ومصاف لباس الصليب وقديسة مارينا والأبرار والصديقين وملائكة زيهم مبارك وبركة البصخة المقدسة للقرصة الصالح بركتهم المقدسة ونعمتهم وقوتهم هبتهم ومحبتهم وعنايتهم تكون معنا كل الأبد آمين بخريستوس بنيوتي
آمين.
Okay, go based on us, please establish for us, please and forgive us our sins with the power that we have received in the mighty favor. Amen. Make us first to blessing for our Father who art in heaven. The love of God, there is no God in Son, Lord Jesus Christ, that brings the gift of